Back in studio, Joe Musso alongside Emory Hunt and Ben DiNucci. Fellas, I want to get into some of this here and some negativity, obviously, on the Cincy side. We have to examine the road forward, but I like to go winner first here. Bo Nix, 328, an offense he orchestrates to 521 yards. Ben, what impressed you most, and where do you still want to see refinement?
I think first things first, he took care of the ball. There was one kind of bonehead play that he made on the 4th and 1 that resulted in a turnover, but he was efficient. This Broncos offense looked much different than it has in the weeks past, right? Now, again, they played a Cincinnati team who it's hard to really tell what you're going against. But nonetheless, this offense was efficient. They made some plays down the field. They got guys involved. I think 10 guys had catches for this Broncos offense. Bo Nix used his legs, took care of the ball, and really did a good job putting points on the board.
All right, follow me here, guys. And if I'm tripping, I want y'all to say, Emory, you tripping. But when I watch Bo Nix play and how he played tonight and how teams kind of try to defend Bo Nix and the Broncos offense, there's a lot of Josh Allen to his game in terms of you really can't blitz him. You have to sit back, and then you are worried about his ability to get out there and scramble. We talked in the pregame, man, if they can keep him contained in the pocket, but he gets so much depth in the pocket, now he spreads the field, then he takes off and runs and burns you that way. But and when you talk about what he has to work on, similar to what Josh Allen had to work on where he was his first couple of years, the deep ball, connecting on those deep passes. And you brought up a great point while we were watching the game. His footwork tied to his inability to hit the balls deep down the field, that's where he has to get better.
So much of playing the quarterback position starts with your feet, right? All 10 toes are in the ground every single time you take a drop. Your lower body is where you're getting more power from. There's a reason all these guys can squat more than they can bench. So for quarterbacks, the biggest thing is stay in your base, keep your eyes tied to your feet. I thought Bo Nix did a really good job tonight of playing from the pocket, taking what this Bengals defense did, and they were really efficient.
And that Sean Payton scheme did open up some really clean looks. I don't want to say that these are the outliers because you'd love to see more of this out of Bo Nix, but it is the type of performance against a defense where you're expecting numbers like this. The Denver Broncos ran 80 plays on this night.
That's a lot.
You're going to find some numbers. He found 328 through the air. We also had a 100-yard rusher for the first time in a long time. What do you see in that aspect of the offense, the effectiveness of J.K. Dobbins to open up everything for this team?
Well, what happens is when you have a quarterback who you are worried about his mobility, now it opens things up for your running game because now guys are already playing hesitant because they don't want to rush the quarterback and get upfield. He escapes out the back door. So it's easy for the lineman now to fire off the football. And when you got two determined backs that want to run the football, that's looking to break tackles, that broke so many tackles at the first level and at the second level, it makes the run game a lot easier for them. And I like how they're competing with one another because if you're R.J. Harvey, you're the young guy, you're explosive, you're the youthful back in the backfield. If you're J.K. Dobbins, you're like, hey, man, I'm still good, I'm still young, I'm still explosive. Let me show this young buck how to do it. And both guys in unison are working well, and the run game helps accentuate the passing game for Bo Nix and company.
When we talk about complementary football, everything that Sean Payton wants to do, everything this offense wants to do is predicated on this run game. J.K. Dobbins, Harvey tonight did an unbelievable job. Credit to the guys up front. They don't always get enough of the credit. Let's give some credit to the big guys
hog mollies
for the Denver Broncos. First 100-yard rusher in the last 38 games, I think. So in order for this play-action game to get going, the in-breakers, the out-breakers, the curls, the deep shots that Sean Payton likes to take, this run game has got to be alive, and they played complementary ball tonight.
I think this told us a lot about the maturation of this team, where they might be at the end of the season, still based off of the expectation they set a year ago. Work to be done, and Sean Payton will be the first to point that out, but this is the type of performance you want to see against this type of opponent, and I think this maybe says more about the opponent. This is a bad spot for the Cincinnati Bengals. I want to put it as professionally as possible, but this was not the performance, and it doesn't look like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You made an estimation, or you made an observation, Ben, that Cincinnati at times didn't even look interested. Is that a reflection of a team that knows that their quarterback just isn't capable of doing what needs to be done?
I don't know if it's necessarily that. I think this Broncos defense is good. They had a plan tonight. They're obviously, the plan was to take Jamar Chase away, take T. Higgins away, make Jake Browning beat you, and he didn't do that. And so much of the game in today's league is predicated by the quarterback position, and the teams that have a plan behind their starting quarterback, injuries happen. It's part of the game. It's part of how the nature of the beast works. So the Bengals might have to go back to the drawing board here and see if Browning's going to be their guy here for the rest of the season, or if they want to trade for a guy. whatever it is they want to do. But this
Yeah.
offense, this defense, they just looked like they weren't interested in
Emory, more penalties than first downs in this game for the Cincinnati Bengals. It's the quarterback that leads the way in what the team is going to do, the level of execution. It doesn't feel like there's cohesion there right now. So I'll go to the drawing board with you. Is it time to look outside for an answer, or are we already talking about a team that's packing it up for the season?
I think it's time to look outside for an answer. And when we were watching this and talking about it, like, we're trying to scramble and find, okay, well, who is that guy out there they can grab to kind of fix this thing right now? Because they don't want to run the football. They are struggling to run the football, and when they try to do anything creative offensively, it gets brought back due to penalties. And so now you're having a defense out there that's trying their best, that's doing a solid job, but your offense is not paying it forward by extending the drives or coming away with points. And this is frustrating because you have two elite wide receivers, and you can't create easy ways to get these guys to football. One of which is a catch and run guy like Jamar Chase, so he doesn't need much. Higgins is more of your vertical guy. But it's fascinating to see how they can't get the tight ends involved or any one of these playmakers to get the ball in their hands to make your quarterback a lot easier when he's out there throwing the football.
At the end of the day, guys, you can bring whoever. You can call Tom Brady and see if he wants to come play for this Bengals offense. They need guys up front to be able to protect whoever's out there. Joe Burrow, Jake Browning. I think my right shoulder still got some.
DiNucci.
Might have to put some WD-40 on it, but I can go out there and make some plays.
Yeah, it's protection.
Yeah, but it starts up front with the O-line. Until they get that figured out in Cincinnati, it might not matter who's behind center.
Well, 2-2 on both sides of this one when it's all said and done, but 2-2 can feel a whole lot different. Look here at some numbers coming out of this one. 35-plus passing touchdowns, 500-plus rushing yards in first 21 career games. You know, we like to frame the statistics.
Yeah, very, very specific.
Bo Nix, specifically outstanding in this one. 328 yards, 29 of 42, 2 touchdowns and an INT. Still places to clean things up, but finds himself on a list with Deshaun Watson and Dante Culpepper. That dual threat ability once again coming through on Monday night.